Oh? Did the Sooners just find themselves possibly a diamond in the rough? With the 2023 recruiting cycle about to come to an end, the Sooners made an offer to a local player here in Oklahoma that might be something special. Let's talk about it coming up in about 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. And in this video, myself, as well as my buddy Preston Gant from the PG Show, are going to talk about a new player that the Sooners just recently offered that jumps out the screen. We'll look at a little film and talk about him or whatnot. So, tune in. Thanks for pulling up, PG, as usual. I got another player for you, though. Now, this is a late addition to the Sooner family. I'm guessing you pronounce it Tayler Heims, like we did Taylor Wine.
So. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's already confused me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm every time I see a lot of these names, but I think Tayler Heims makes sense, similar to Taylor Wine out of Tennessee on the defensive inside. But this kid is he's huge, 6'5", 195, and in his bio he says he runs a 4.47 40 out of Bethany, Oklahoma. I'm gonna pull this up because I want to pull up his film while we're having this conversation. And PG, I need to understand. You've done a video on this on your channel, so go check it out on PG Show on YouTube, and tell us what you think about what PG's analysis is on this. But I'm gonna play his film in the background while we talk. I want to know, first off, where'd he come from? And that size and that ability, how was he not found, and how's he a 3-star?
Here's my deal. If he really runs a 4.47, I want this officially clocked, because there are very few guys that can run that fast on this team. Just to run through them. And these were people that recently did this with OU as they went through their testing. Jaron Kanak, Gentry Williams, Gavin Sawchuk, Peyton Bowen. Those are all guys that run under a 4.47. Well, and Justin Harrington. Billy Bowman's a 4.49, and Jackson Arnold's a 4.63. So if he runs a 4.47, I want it to be officially documented that this kid can do this. But no, I mean, just watching his stats or watching his highlights right here, like, the dude's explosive, and he has a knack for being able to find the ball, whether he's on the offensive side or the defensive side. Yes. Obviously, he's got the height to be able to go up and grab it. So I think, personally, in my opinion, I don't think he fits necessarily in our secondary room just because it's so deep. Because a lot of these guys
look at him at quarterback, PG. He ran the RPO.
I know, but so many of these guys can switch from corner to safety. I just think it's so deep that we don't necessarily need him there. I think wide receiver is an option. Maybe even linebacker. I don't know. But
now linebacker makes sense, because I know that we need to add some additional pieces, especially after losing David Ogwebu. Ogwebu. I'm sorry, I got it all tongue twisted while I'm watching these highlights. But losing David Ogwebu, well, of course, was a big deal. But at the same time, you can tell that it was one of more of those not fitting the final scheme of what we want to do.
We were going to lose Ogwebu at the linebacker position, even if he stayed, because the staff wanted him to move to the edge. So
he's better. I think he's better at the edge too.
That's honestly where he should play. But I mean, Ogwebu wants to play the linebacker position, so that's why you really see him hit the portal, which he's going to be a great take for somebody. But yeah, I mean, definitely at the linebacker position, especially if he's able to run a 4.47, this dude would be great at the cheetah position.
Yeah, at his size and speed to be able to play at all three levels. The next question is always how well they do in corner. But Deshaun McCullough is the one that I'm really hoping can show up. He doesn't have a very high grade on PFF when it comes to his coverage ability. He's probably going to end up at edge or potentially between edge and linebacker. We'll see what the coaches evaluate here in the spring. That'll tell us how he works in the scheme, but having someone this big, this fast, that can catch, that can play quarterback, that can play wide receiver, that can play safety, that can hit. He likes to hit. As you can see, we've seen him already pulverize a couple people in a couple of plays. Someone this versatile, that's a diamond in the rough, is huge. Like, this is what development and coaching comes into play. This is what's key and critical if you want to be a legend, being able to get certain players and develop them up from 4 to 5s, from 3 to 4s to 5s, or whatever you can do. I feel like this is one of those talents that can do that.
This is one of those guys that could be easily overlooked because, and we talked about it. We were talking about it with Arch in the green room a little bit earlier. A lot of it does, depend on your name and, the districts that you're playing in. Now, Arch is getting more of the benefit of the name than he is the district, right? We talked about the quarterbacks and how, a lot of these other quarterbacks, they're playing in some of the biggest districts in the country, and they're performing at a really high level. They have the statistics, and that's why they're a 5-star. But with what we're seeing here from Tayler, he doesn't necessarily play in a big district, and so he might have really good talent and a lot of upside, but because he doesn't play in a big district and he's not playing against that elite talent week in to week out, that's going to work against him a lot of the time more than it helps him. And so that's why you're seeing him 3-star, and that's why he's going to be a diamond in the rough for somebody to grab. And I think right now he's on a visit to Tulsa, which that's going to be interesting in and of itself if Kevin Wilson's out there able to close the opportunity there. He's also taken officials to Ohio, Louisiana Tech, and Air Force. So I know Brent Venables called him and offered him. I don't know if Brent Venables is the primary recruiter or if it's Ted Roof. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But this is a battle where if the kid wants to go to OU, it should be a pretty easy one for OU.
Yeah, OU should win this one because it's University of Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? That's like as much as people want to talk noise and jump in the comments. Somebody's going to say something crazy in the comments in regards to this, but there's a reason why Oklahoma is a top 5 recruiting class, and why they have top 10 recruiting classes just about every year. Why it's been consistent under Stoops, tapered here and there under the Riley regime, but last year we had a top 10 class. This year we'll have a top 5 class. There's a reason why Oklahoma is able to recruit at a high level and up there with a lot of the competition. It's Oklahoma. That they care about football enough, put the resource behind it, and players recognize that. And so, yeah, Tayler Heims, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. I really do hope that he signs and he shows up this summer and gives us that laser time. Of course, obviously he's not an early enrollee because he would have to sign before, probably by Friday. He'd have to have and then go get enrolled. I don't think he'd be able to get enrolled by Monday, but he'll be
now.
Is during the fall.
Enrollment deadline this Monday or is it next Friday?
I think it was this Friday. Okay. To be honest. So, but I'm not sure. I think it was early. I think for enrollment and everything, it was this week. So, and today is the 21st. So besides that, he would have to have graduated and everything, and I don't think he's graduated yet. I haven't seen any pictures or anything of him in his cap and gown or anything yet. So if that's the case, that means.
But this is the guy that you probably redshirt and you just let him develop. And you use him like.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Is that this is a redshirt candidate, and you use him and prep him for future usage. So yeah, I'm stoked to see who he is. Go check out PG's video. I'll have it up here, at the top, so you can go check him out. It's a great breakdown on Tayler. When I saw it, I was like, okay, I need to go make something and do some more digging on him myself. And adding that footage, I wanted you all to see what he looks like. So hey, hop in the comments. Let us know what you think about Tayler, what you think about his stature, size 6'5", 190, running a 4.47 is what's listed. You think he could be a contributor? I definitely want to hear from you all on that, and hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification as usual because we definitely want to have you interact with us. And so.